So welcome back. This is part 2. We've already introduced ourselves this week, but if you don't know, look at the name tag. I'm Sean Usher. That's Sean Cummings. Getting into it. All right, we did Impact and AEW on part 1. If you missed it, go back and check it out. There's a lot of good information there. Got some fun content. Moving on here, though. Let's get some NXT in the mix.
Yes.
So, NXT had a really fun episode. Some things I agreed with, some things I didn't. Just saying.
Yeah. There's something. I mean, there's a lot to like here. A few things I didn't like, but there's definitely a lot to like. And what I really liked is that stand and deliver card. That card's looking tight. Like, they're doing a nice job of promoting it, even being 2 weeks out. That is nice.
True. The card is looking real good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to one of the things I don't like. So, Zoe Stark and Io versus Raquel and Dakota. What do you think of this match?
Was it what I expected? Yes, it was. You put Raquel over, you protect Io, and
did they really?
It's not like they buried really? Dakota this week, but
they buried her.
Yeah, she didn't look as good. I mean, overall, was it a good match?
They actually kind of put Zoe over a little bit.
I mean, they've been giving her this huge push. I mean, she had a non-title shot with Io in her second match in. So, you're definitely getting a push from her. And then who's, of the four, if you had to put them in order, like, who are they putting over? You got Raquel, you probably got Io second, you got Zoe third, and then fourth is Dakota. Now, does Dakota deserve to be fourth in this list? No. She doesn't. But here we are. Somebody's got to be fourth in the list, though. I mean, it's not a bad spot. I mean, it's only bad because there's only 4 spots.
I just hate how dominant they're trying to make Raquel look. And
you mean when she has Stark in the one-arm power bomb, and while she's holding her up, she walks over to the rope and then kicks Io off the apron?
Yeah.
To win the match? Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yep. They continue to put Raquel over. I know you don't like it. She's like the monster among the women competitors in NXT.
I don't like it at all. Now coming to another thing I didn't like. The match itself was good, but Bronson Reed and LA Knight. I'm sorry. Why bring this dude here? Why hype him up so much? Just have Bronson Reed beat him. This is nonsense.
The match was enjoyable between the two of them, right?
Yes, the match was
kept
good.
You entertained, kept you engaged, but I'm thinking the same thing the whole time. I'm thinking, you made this big deal about signing him. You've given him all these promos, all these spots to build up his character, build excitement. And what normally happens when you have that hot free agent come in or that hot person get called up or moved over to a different promotion, it's you got to give them some wins. It starts with the squash wins, but then you got to start giving them wins over talent to continue the push. And here's like, well, where's the push for Drake? Are you saving that push for stand and deliver? Is that when you're going to give him that push? Like, I was surprised that he lost to Bronson Reed, and that tsunami from the top rope, that looked painful.
Yeah.
That looked painful.
Now speaking of a squash win, this one I'm indifferent on. But Walter, what was Drake Maverick doing in the ring? What's he doing in the ring?
Drake Maverick has confidence that far exceeds his size.
Far exceeds his well-being.
Yep. This, although quick, it was kind of fun to watch. Like, it really reintroduced Walter to the people who haven't been watching NXT UK. It's like,
True.
This is like the kind of match that LA Knight should have had. Squash.
Right. Yes. Yes.
He comes out. What does Walter do?
Oh,
no.
No.
He does like a power bomb, and he does like a one-legged crab, and then
The match
Rough
that LA Knight
stoppage.
should have had is match that LA Knight should have had is coming up. We're not there yet.
Yeah, but who? What happened after this match? We talked about Thatcher turning face a couple of weeks ago, changing character.
Right.
Is Ciampa going to become face as well? Because he came out and he confronted Walter. Now this is the part that I like the most out of all of it.
Yeah. No, Ciampa's definitely face. They're making Imperium and Walter the heels. My question is, do you know what's going on with Thatcher? And does he come back at the pay-per-view at Stand on the Low?
Because you're thinking Ciampa challenged Walter for the UK title at Stand and Deliver. Walter accepted. Now, could that be a bad thing? Because it's pretty much going to look like 3-on-1 Imperium versus Ciampa, but maybe have Thatcher return at Stand and Deliver. That would be nice.
Yeah. All right, up next, we're going to talk about my guy. This is a very quick episode. Everything just happened. We're going to talk about my guy.
It was nice moving. Boom, boom.
Karrion Kross had a throwaway match. And it's funny. Loney Lorcan as a throwaway match. And Lorcan had his own after Karrion Kross riled him up. But to no avail. The funniest part of this whole thing was Finn Balor saying he wanted what happened last week that happened at Stand and Deliver. And I'm sitting there thinking, Finn, he wrecked you. Regardless if it's emotional or not. He wrecked you.
Finn's just poking the bear. Poking the bear.
Yeah, but some bears you shouldn't poke.
But who has Finn backed down from? Nobody.
I get that.
He's not going to back
I get
down.
I get that. But your strategy is to get the man to try to wreck you. That makes no sense. I'm sorry. Your strategy should be to get the man off his game. Say, I found your weakness. And now I'm going to exploit it to make you make a mistake. Making him emotional is not him making a mistake. That's a mistake on your part.
Ooh, maybe he's trying to get to the point where if he gets Kross too emotional, he'll lose sight and he'll become unfocused. Maybe that's what he's going for.
The only thing that will happen is Kross will get, what's the word I'm looking for? Disqualified. Yeah.
I mean, we're going to see a really good match at Stand and Deliver between these two.
Yes, we will.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to keep putting it out there because I want, I figure speak it into existence. Good match at Stand and Deliver, and then we see Kross move up to either Raw or SmackDown.
All right.
I'm going to keep throwing it out there. Keep throwing it out there.
Probably my favorite part. Not my favorite match. My favorite match is next. But my favorite part of NXT was this whole sequence of the women's tag title. First, starting in the back with Mercedes Martinez sitting there looking at the money. It's like, this is half. Give me the other half after the match. And then Robert Stone like, I have no more money.
Yeah. Who was it, like Aaliyah? She's sitting there like, yes, I have a partner. And then Robert Stone's nearly crying because he has no more money, but it's going to be worth it if they win. If.
Yeah, they didn't.
No, we didn't expect them to either.
The Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart team is really good. They need a proper name. Just saying.
Yeah,
but it's a very good team. I like the way they work together. I like how they mesh stylized. They're both screamers. They're cool riding on that tank.
Yes. Yeah, the tank is so amazing.
And then even the stuff that happened backstage, even it'd be cool if there was a casino. Instead of them just running into Candice LeRae and the other girl who can't wrestle.
I believe Indy Hartwell is her actual name.
Indy Hartwell. I'm sorry, she is bad in the ring.
Can she be good? She can
She
be.
could probably
I think that's
develop.
why.
She
Yeah,
could probably
that's why
develop.
she's with Candice and The Way. That's why. Ooh, speaking of The Way, my favorite part of this entire episode.
Was Johnny?
Again, not match related, just like yours. It is Johnny. I mean, it starts out so well because you had William Regal come out and he's talking about, here's the challenge that's being set up for the North American Championship. And when Regal first explained it, I'm thinking, wait, what? What are we doing? We're having 12 people enter a battle royale. The first 6 that get eliminated are completely out, but the last 6 that remain will end up going through a gauntlet match at a later point. But their entry into the gauntlet match is all determined by how they're eliminated in the battle royale. It was a little bit confusing. So I like that Johnny Gargano came in and explained it, but how entertaining and how fun was he to watch? I mean, to determine his opponent, he was recapping everything for Regal. Regal's like, yep, that's what's going to happen. And then you figure Johnny Gargano, classic form. He's like, that's not fair. You're not giving me time to prepare for this. You're giving me 1 day to prepare for who my challenger is going to be. That's not fair. Are you cuckoo bananas? I mean, you figure, how long was Johnny Gargano actually on the screen for? It was like less than 2 minutes of this entire show.
Yep.
Less than 2 minutes. He comes in, he made it entertaining, and I loved on the way out, I'm not shutting your door. Not shutting it.
I do love that they're actually making these lower card titles seem
Mean
important.
something. Yes.
Brings us to the best match of the night. Jordan Devlin and Kashida. And
Yes.
with this match, they still found a way to protect Kashida, but put Jordan Devlin over. But it's a damn good match. Like, I mean, these are two really great technical wrestlers.
Yes. Oh, yes. I mean, the final 10 to 15 minutes of the show, I mean, that's something that had me nearly on the edge of my seat, if not the edge of my seat, because I'm thinking, first, you have the Devlin Kashida match, which was good, which was great. You know, it's something you want to see with the main event. And then you have Santos Escobar come out, and he and Jordan Devlin are confronting each other in the ring. And whose music do we hear?
HBK.
Heartbreak Kid. And without saying a word, he comes down to the ring. He looks up at them, the two of them, Santos and Devlin in the ring, reaches underneath the ring, pulls out a ladder, slides it into the ring, and what does he do? He just motions 1, signifying there can only be one cruiserweight champion.
And
Then he just walks back up the ramp. Santos and Devlin are sitting in the ring, staring at each other, holding their titles high, without saying a word. Loved
now,
it.
If people are confused by that, if they're wondering why does Shawn Michaels care that, like why is he bringing a ladder out? People don't realize that Shawn Michaels was in the first ever ladder match versus Razor Ramon, if I'm right,
Yeah, I believe so.
for the Intercontinental title.
I really like that.
Shawn
I really
lost that
liked
match,
how.
didn't he?
Oh, that I can't remember. He might have. But
I think Razor won it.
I really like that Shawn Michaels came out and he's the one who did all that. Didn't even have to say a word. His music hits, you know it's him. Oh, so good to see him.
And then even more so, the look when the Shawn's going to the back.
Oh yeah, the look with Adam Cole.
Even
I
though
wouldn't mind seeing an Adam Cole HBK
Yep.
match at some point.
Razor won it. Razor defeated Shawn Michaels in that match. But with that said, all I could think of, I was like, Shawn, you did the same thing Adam Cole did. Marty Jannetty, do we not remember this?
Yep, we sure do.
And then, of course,
the barbershop, the infamous barbershop.
Then, of course, after that, on another wrestling program, things had to get real. We had to get real again.
Ooh, and man, did we get real. Wow. Wow. That,
I mean,
yeah. The
first
Adam
Adam Cole's talking. And you know, that was pure wrestling stuff. You know, I don't need them, this, and that. But then Kyle. Ooh. Kyle O'Reilly went real life on you. We are forgetting one thing, which I will bring up after this.
All right.
Because we're real serious right now. This moment was a very serious moment.
Yeah. I mean, you figure
Kyle O'Reilly.
That contract signing, I was sitting there, I was hanging on to every word. I'm like, this got real.
Well,
like,
Kyle
this
O'Reilly
is like
saying that only one of them turned into a good person. Dang, you just did that, slandered the other two also.
Yeah, but what was Kyle O'Reilly doing to Roderick Strong? Right?
Cold shoulder.
Exactly.
Cold, but I mean,
exactly.
I'm just saying, you're telling me Robert Strong is a good person? Adam Cole I get for the character basis. You know, Adam Cole is turned into that dude. And I like him better as that dude.
That dude.
But Adam Cole also makes a good point. He made a really good point. He said, what were they about? They were about there to dominate. And he watched Kyle O'Reilly lose after he got opportunity after opportunity.
Yeah. And
then he tries to befriend Finn Balor. Tells him he's the real champ. No. That will not stand. And yes, he's right. That makes Kyle a follower.
Yeah, he wasn't getting the job done. No. The promo was good. The signing was good. I mean, that match. Oh,
Kyle
man.
came out and started talking about Adam's character, though. That was rude. Now, you got anything to say on this part right here? Anything else?
Oh, I like the part at the end where Adam Cole is telling Kyla that he's going to be signing his death warrants. Yeah, this match. Oh man, I'm looking forward to this match so much.
Now, all that being said, I'm gonna bring the humor back in the building. One thing I forgot. You talked about Roderick Strong. I didn't like this character before. But there's a character now that I can't help but love. Everything he does every week is fantastic. Cameron Grimes.
That's about Roderick Strong, yeah.
Cameron Grimes is just, now that he's like trying to say like he's got money in his business, Cameron Grimes, he is fantastic.
I agree.
The suit alone. But anything else for NXT?
For NXT, one thing I didn't like quite as much was announcing the three-way tag match at Stand and Deliver for the title. I mean, this program had a lot to like, but one of the things I didn't like was the three-way match, and I'm thinking Dakota and Raquel won the Women's Dusty Cup, and they were just handed the women's titles. Now, in the background, there was a little bit more going on because how they got screwed over by Shayna and Nia Jax. should have won titles. They didn't, so they were gifted titles. But why wasn't MSK
Here's my
gifted
thing.
titles?
Here's my thing. I actually don't mind there being a match.
Oh no, it's not that I don't mind. It's you gave the women the titles because they won
I
the
get it.
Dusty Cup, but now you have vacant men's titles. Like, oh, you gotta fight for it. So we can't give
Here's
it
the
to
thing.
you.
I don't like the grizzled young veterans are in the match.
Grizzled.
They were the ones who were beat by MSK.
Didn't MSK beat both of those teams in the Dusty Cup?
No.
No?
I think they got beat by somebody else.
Let's see. Trying to see if I can find a bracket.
Well, as he looks for the bracket, the grizzled young veterans. I get they're getting a push, but I don't think they deserve it. I think they need to get built back up. They've already been beat. They already took a cheap shot. They need to wait their turn. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. All right. So, in the semifinals, MSK beat Legado del Fantasma, and in
Also,
the
they
finals,
did beat both.
They beat
So
Grizzled
they
Young
did
Vet-
beat both.
So why aren't
And
you
neither
just
deserves
handing
it.
them the titles? Just
Well, they're gonna win now. They're gonna win it unless they're gonna screw them over and
They
give
have
it
to
to give it to grizzled young veterans. Then no way. All right. Anyways, moving on to Raw.
Raw or Fastlane?
Oh wait, first Fastlane. I'm sorry, first Fastlane. Moving on to Fastlane. Here's what I'll say. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't good either.
Now, who? Oh wait, we tied, didn't we? We tied this time.
We tied, yeah. The pay-per-view pick'em was no contest. It was 1,022 points to 1,022 points. For
Is
those
that
of you,
Fiend return.
because for the Fiend return, we gave that a point value of 1,000,000, so that's why we got so high here. So, no contest. Well, we got a couple pay-per-views coming up soon. We have Stand
All
and
right,
Deliver.
all right, so-
We got WrestleMania. We got Hard to Kill. So, we
Oh,
got a lot
by the
going.
way, I believe is it next Sunday?
Yes, next Sunday we should be doing our Stand and Deliver predictions.
It's probably no. We're gonna do them all. We're gonna do Stand and Deliver. We're gonna
Okay.
do WrestleMania, and we're gonna do what's it? Hardcore Revolution or
Hard to Kill.
Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a whole ton of stuff.
Ooh. We're gonna have to make like a 4-part episode there.
All right, with this, we got Riddle versus Mustafa Ali in the pre-show. This match, whatever.
The only thing I liked
Riddle-
about this match was Retribution turned on Ali.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty much
it.
the best
That's
part of
it.
it.
I mean, Riddle hit the Bro Derek from like the middle rope, which was nice. But outside of that, Ali separating from Retribution. I mean, they came in, they walked away. Two of the taller ones, I don't even know their names. I'm not sure if their names are worth knowing, but
Doesn't
they gave them
matter.
like a double choke slam.
Doesn't matter.
So, yeah.
Then we had the women's
Happy
tag
to
match.
see. Again, yeah.
More meh.
There wasn't much to like here until it was over, because what happened after the match, right? The whole
That's
match,
that.
you're like Sasha's like, you rookie, you're doing this, you're a rookie.
What did the five fingers say to the face?
But then she's like, wasn't she like poking her, and then she's like, bam, smack. When that smack happened, I was like, smack heard around the world, because my jaw was like, I knew it was going to happen,
And then-
right? I knew the split was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen like that, because that looked like a legit slap that hurts.
I need Reginald to break up Shayna and Nia. If not, there's no point to him. Get rid of him.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his character, but if he's used to separate and create division between Shayna and Nia, I will like him. Right. I will like him if it's for that purpose.
Big E and Apollo Crews. I swear there's a botch here. Apparently this was intentional, but it looked like it was botched.
It looked like Big E lost until the ref started counting over. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yep.
It looked botched.
It did.
Like, badly.
Yeah, I mean,
then we got Braun and Elias.
No. Skip this. Just
Thank you.
Skip it. We're not even going to talk about this.
Thank you. All right, now we got good match.
Now this was of the card. This was like the first good match that we saw, right? All these other matches were like, eh. The first hour of this pay-per-view was like, eh, and it made me question, why do we need Fastlane?
We don't,
because what it do? It just created a roadblock. Aha, see what I did there? For WrestleMania. Because how many storylines or how many matches did we have prepared for WrestleMania before this pay-per-view? Not many, but as soon as this pay-per-view is over, it's like, oh, we're having a match here, we're having a match here, we're having a match. Like, every WrestleMania match got announced on Raw or SmackDown. Yep. Why do you have Fastlane? It was pointless.
But we get Drew and Sheamus, which could have been done on a Raw because they've done it before.
There was nothing to fight for. We already knew that Drew was in the main event for the Raw title, the men's title,
right,
at WrestleMania. So what was the point of having this match? You couldn't even play an angle of winner has an advantage. But what did you do? You continued to put Drew over. You continued to, as much as you can, like you're trying to bury Sheamus, but Sheamus has looked so good. Like, he keeps taking losses, but he looks good when he's losing.
Yep. All right, next. I'm sorry. This is the only one that entertained me, to be honest. The Drew and Sheamus one is like, I've seen this before. Roman and Daniel had good moments, but I had issues. This one, there's plenty of issues to go on. Like, it's not a good match, but I enjoyed it. Yeah. Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss, just from Jump Street, where Randy tries to walk towards Alexa, and she makes the ring go up in fire. And I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing? This is going to be fun. And then she's outside. And somehow the lights from above drop. And Randy's like, are you trying to kill me? And I'm like, Randy, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean, we were both right last week, because I was like, it's going to be more of a cinematic approach. And you're like, I don't think anybody with the Fiend's powers or capabilities is going to lose. And you're throwing Alexa in the category. And we were both right. You know, it wasn't a match. We never expected it to be a match.
And she threw a fireball at him. and Randy Orton blocked a fireball. So just think about that.
Yep.
And then of course, the Fiend, who apparently is still charred and burned, came up from below the ring. And Randy, instead of doing what he should have done and just stomping, playing whack-a-mole, just got scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he then mandible claw, and then Alexa did a pin on Randy Orton that probably did not make the Randy Orton household very happy.
Nope. I want to see a WrestleMania match between Alexa Bliss and Randy Orton's wife for the way that she pinned him. And for those of you who didn't see it, Alexa Bliss pretty much straddled Randy Orton for the 3 counts. I don't think his wife liked that very much. I'd like to see that WrestleMania match.
I got a question though. This is supposed to be a regular match, right?
Define regular. Define regular with the Fiends.
Was this supposed to be no. In terms of how matches go, was it supposed to be no DQ?
Now that I think about it, did I see a ref in that match?
There was. The ref counted.
Hardly noticed.
I'm just like, at one point, maybe when she shot a fireball at his face, you should disqualify her.
Yeah. Maybe it just falls into that category of like the Firefly Funhouse, where
or when the large man comes out from below the ring. Why does the ref stick around? And then why does the ref count?
Probably because he wanted to get out of there. That's probably what it was.
I would have just left.
Yep.
Like, sorry, peace out.
Yeah, I think of all Fastlane, this was my favorite piece. The Fiends returning. Right.
Yep.
My second favorite part was the next match we'll talk about, but my third favorite part was Fastlane's over.
Thank God.
Yeah.
All right, next we got Roman down, Daniel Bryan. And you know something? There's good moments. These guys work well together. Some very good moments. But then the shenanigans had to, and I know they had to happen. But you have Jey Uso comes in.
Main event Jey Uso.
Super kick Edge. Super kick Daniel Bryan. Well, no, wait. We're first. The ref is standing behind Roman Reigns. For whatever reason, Roman moves out of the way, and he gets the flying knee to the ref. So then Edge comes in the ring. And Roman's got this one. And Edge is like, oh, wait. I can count. He comes in. And it's too late. So that pisses Roman off. And then all of a sudden, Roman's in the yes law. And now Jey Uso comes down. And super kicking everybody. But then Jey has to get a chair. For whatever reason. And then Daniel Bryan gets the turnabout on there. And then Roman gets Daniel Bryan again. Because he moves out of the way. And who does Daniel Bryan hit? Edge. So then Daniel Bryan gets the yes lock on again. And was Roman tapping? Maybe.
It was like, he was tapping. It was like, I don't want to tap, but it's like this little tap because I don't want to admit defeats. I know it's small enough where Edge, as a special enforcer, couldn't see. Yeah.
Well, no, he could see it probably. Edge went crazy and just started hitting everybody with chairs.
Well, that's because main event Jey Uso brought one in, so he's like, you know what? Might as well do a concerto. Boom.
So, and then Roman retains because he just rolls on top of Daniel Bryan.
And the ref. Finally, another ref.
Finally, he wakes up.
Yeah. But Daniel Bryan was accurate in saying, I'm going to make you tap. Because technically, Roman did tap.
Technically.
He did. Now, it wasn't seen where he could have lost via submission, but he made him tap.
Now, moving off, because Fastlane is in the rear view.
Thankfully.
This is what we're talking about with the AEW versus WWE. First match we get on Raw is Bobby Lashley and Sheamus. This should be advertised.
Yeah, we don't even know what's going to happen during Raw or SmackDown. It's like, hey, boom, we're hoping you're tuning in, and we want you to stay around for the first hour, so we're going to throw this match at you, but we're not going to give it to you ahead of time. You got to tune in to see what it is. Yeah.
Now, Sheamus does lose this match. The more important thing here is the tease of possible dissolution of the Hurt Business.
Yeah, because you're thinking Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, they're trying to to help Bobby Lashley win, but Bobby's upset because he didn't ask for their help, and they really didn't do a good job of helping to begin with. So,
not to mention what happens later.
Oh, yes. We'll get there in a moment, but one thing I wanted to bring up real quick before we move to the next part is Sheamus went on Raw Talk later on, and he said, "I am the best thing in this company right now." How do we feel about that statement?
I don't think he's the best thing in the company. I think he is one of the top, let's say, 5 people holding this company up.
I mean, he's done a really good job. Is he the best? No. But maybe it's like what that Britt Baker promo is supposed to be doing. I'm a legend.
Right,
I'm the best. Yeah.
Because there's about 5 guys.
Yeah.
So there's Roman. There's Drew. Bobby. AJ. And then it's between Sheamus or Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. I want to see Sheamus get a title push. But we're
All
going
right.
to hold off on that too, because he might get a title push. But we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
All right, so then Drew fights Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. And he wins, which we knew.
Handicap match. Would it have been predicted any other way?
The stipulation
Yeah.
was that they are barred from ringside. Now, here's the thing. All right, first of all, the Hurt Business is confusing the crap out of me. But with Bobby's words earlier, I don't think Bobby has a problem with this. But then Bobby goes and put a hit on Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I didn't like about this was
Which is it, Bobby?
Why does Bobby need anyone to get involved, right?
He doesn't.
He can take on Drew one-on-one. He should be able to take Drew one-on-one without being scared or afraid. So it's making him look scared. It's making him look like he's unable to defeat McIntyre one-on-one in a clean fight. But I mean, what did he do? He went to the 24/7 locker room. He found the people who don't really have a
look
role.
who was in there.
I know.
Look who was in.
I will like this. Will if, and this is a conditional statement, if it means that Ricochet is the one who helps and Ricochet becomes a member of the Hurt Business. I could like this if that happens. If that falls short, if it's someone like Drew Gulak, I'm not going to like it. But if you get Ricochet into the Hurt Business, I will end up liking this. Will WWE follow through? Hopefully.
Doubtful.
I'm hopeful.
All right. Next up, for me, because there's some other things there's one thing that happened earlier, but we're saving that because for both of us. So, I'm gonna say something. This I liked. The Miz sent John Morrison to the back. Got a clean finish.
Yes.
Expensive Jeff Hardy, but got a clean finish. But then Bad Bunny. I'm sorry. I don't care. I really don't. I get Bad Bunny is like, and here's the thing. Awesome for his music. I'll listen to that. I don't want to see him in my wrestling ring. Once, I'm cool, but not at WrestleMania. Get the F out of here.
Yeah. I think the storyline was originally supposed to give Damian Priest a WrestleMania spot because you're thinking tag team, Miz Morrison against Priest and Bad Bunny. It sounds like Priest and Morrison are both a little bit injured, so right now they're not on the WrestleMania card, but the plan is if they get healthy before WrestleMania, I think the plan is to switch it back to a tag match, which is what I'd like to see more than one-on-one, because one-on-one, Bad Bunny's getting killed. Yes. Unless you have some like strange, crazy, stupid run-in with the whole 24/7 crew chasing R-Truth through the ring, and someone runs into the Miz and hits the Miz and knocks him out, and then Bad Bunny just rolls him up for the win. Like, you're not going to get a really good match between Miz and Bad Bunny. Now, it's not saying that Bad Bunny's not going to do well. I know he's been practicing and he's been training, but you're thinking The Miz just had the WWE title. This is like falling way, way back.
I said this last week. Just saying. Now, let's get this other one over with. Braun Strowman.
Nope. Move along. Move. Nope. Nope.
Nothing to see here.
Move along, folks. You need a bathroom break? Now's the time to take it.
Why is this a WrestleMania match?
Am I going to watch it? I'm going to try not to. I really am going to try not to watch this.
It's dumb.
I hope they make it like the pre-show match because I don't watch the pre-show anyways. Hoping.
Like, why?
Nope.
Anyways, off of it. Something that is also dumb, but fantastically dumb. Sheamus beating up Riddle with the scooter.
Yes. This is one of the spots that I really liked on Raw. I'm
fantastic.
Thinking, yes, someone finally put Riddle's character on his ass. Yes, I'm hoping WWE, the creative team, the writers, I hope they use this as a way to help Riddle's character grow and mature so he's less immature, running around backstage on his little scooter.
Alright, now I'm going to get to some stuff I don't like.
I hope Sheamus takes his title at WrestleMania too.
I hope too. I'm going to get to some stuff I don't like. Shayna Basler versus Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose. More shenanigans from Reginald. Also, Mandy Rose is being wasted, being in a tag team with Dana Brooke. I'm sorry, it's the truth. You know it. Mandy Rose has star potential. She's great in the ring. Give her something better.
I mean, the good news is Shayna didn't get buried this week, so I was happy about that.
There's that, but this was still...
Yeah, there wasn't much else to like about this match.
Another thing I didn't like, I may be the only person who is over the New Day. The funny thing is, I love Big E. I love how Big E does things. But Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, I could care less. And I love AJ Styles. And Omos at that. So, like, AJ losing to Kofi, I'm like, no.
It's just setting up for WrestleMania. I mean, the segment was funny. The whole how well do you know your tag partner? I mean, it was entertaining.
It wasn't really.
Nah.
Like, it was dumb.
It's Raw.
Yes.
Right.
True. All right, moving on. Moving on to the part that we really want to talk about. All right, someone unlike Mandy Rose, who finally got a match to showcase, and I do not think she got buried. She had a great match versus Asuka. That was Peyton Royce.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good match. It's like, I was surprised. My only thing about Peyton Royce is she makes the weirdest face expressions while she's wrestling. Like, it's on. I don't... But that wasn't even the best part. The best part is after the match.
All right, well, let's stay on the match real quick. Let's stay on the match. We'll get to like the really good part. Like, I like the match because it gave Peyton Royce her opportunity at Asuka, because that was what we wanted to see, right? Her storyline was, I want my shot at Asuka. And it was good to see somebody new in the women's single matches on Raw. Like, that was good to see.
But she proved she could hold her own, too. Like, she's got talent.
Some spots in the beginning looked pretty weak, right? When Asuka was caught in the ropes and, what was it, Peyton Royce did that back kick. It was like, that probably wouldn't even hurt a fly. Right? That didn't even look painful at all. That looked like you bumped into her by accident. So it created the question, did Peyton Royce make the most of her opportunity, because right now
No.
her storyline is, I want my shot at Asuka. You got your shot at Asuka. You lost fairly. What does your character do now? How does your character continue to progress now that you've had the shot at Asuka? What's your storyline? What are you creating for yourself?
If they're really going to do something, they need to turn her really heel. And like aggressive heel. Kind of like what they were doing with Carmella. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Will they do that? I don't know.
I mean, that might have been the original plan when she was teaming with Lacey Evans, but then that threw, a whole wrench into a lot of plans. So maybe that was the original plan. Maybe, I'd like to see her go that Carmella route. That would be nice.
But we teased enough.
Yes.
Let's talk about my brutality.
The Nightmare. Yes. About time. Man, I've been waiting since the Royal Rumble for this.
And for you who don't know, we're talking about that Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
She comes out and she just calls her shot. She said that. I'm calling my shot.
Yeah.
You, me, WrestleMania.
I mean, she dropped some news on us. She told us that Charlotte has COVID, and she's likely to be out at WrestleMania.
Now, all that being said, Asuka, that's like the best part of this whole promo was Asuka getting happy at a challenge. Asuka being happy to have a match. She, instead of being like, oh, you want to fight me? No, Asuka she got happy. I like that.
Oh, I liked it to a certain point, but it started to bother me because, what did we see? We saw the happy-go-lucky Asuka. We didn't see the warrior Asuka. We didn't see the attitude. We didn't see the intensity. We saw the happy-go-lucky where Rhea Ripley was complimenting her on what she's done, and Asuka's like, smiling, happy. It's like, no, this is someone who's going to challenge you at WrestleMania. This is someone who's coming in to take your title.
We'll see how it goes.
And I think now is a great time to hit the reset button on the Raw Women's Division, right? Is it too early to give the title to Ripley? Some people are going to say, yeah. Some people will.
No.
Some will.
Some people need to get over themselves.
I disagree. You think she was runner-up in the Royal Rumble. I mean, she had the most...
To the other person who's going to have a title.
Yeah. She had the most eliminations with 7, and she eliminated the following Raw women. Charlotte, with the help of Bianca. She eliminated Alexa. She eliminated Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. She eliminated all those women on the Raw roster.
Now,
why shouldn't she be in the hunt for the title? Why shouldn't she have the title? Give her the title, let her run with it, because Charlotte's not going to come back anytime before WrestleMania. You build the story with Rhea and Charlotte after WrestleMania.
All right, now, question. Keith Lee, what's his injury? What's his update? When's he coming?
His injury is Vince is probably vindictive about something. I don't know.
I need to know this.
I know.
This is stuff I need to know.
He should have had the U.S. title. It shouldn't be on Matt Riddle right now. Or Riddle. Well, no, I don't know if we can use his full name.
We haven't seen him.
I know.
In 2 months.
I know. He was supposed to win that U.S. title, though. But here we are. I don't know.
All right.
I want to find out.
Moving on from Raw. We're going to go to Smackdown. All right. Smackdown had some interesting things happen. So, first part. It's a good match. I don't know why we did it again. Almost a week later. But Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. That's one of the matches we forgot about Fastlane.
Well, I mean, we introduced it as the best match on the card up until that point, but was it?
No. We didn't even talk about Seth and Shinsuke.
That's how good it was. But we saw a
Again-
repeat. I don't know why we saw a repeat 2 days later, or the next night, actually.
No, well, a week later. Almost a week later. So Seth and Shinsuke, a repeat, as you said. Good match. Seth gets the better of Shinsuke with the stomp. But then Seth gets a little heavy-handed on Shinsuke, and then, okay, here comes the Swiss Superman. And he tries to do the big swing. Seth gets out of it, runs to the back. Challenges Cesaro at WrestleMania.
I'm tired of
Cesaro
you
comes
embarrassing
back,
me. Yeah.
smashes him into something, and does the big swing in the back. And accepts the challenge. I don't really like how we got there, but I'm happy we got there. I
Yeah.
like Seth versus Caesar. I want Seth to win.
I think Fastlane just complicated things. Could we have gotten there much sooner if Fastlane weren't in the picture? Yeah,
Yes.
because then we wouldn't have had that Shinsuke-Seth match that we could have saved, or at least put on Raw, or sorry, SmackDown. And we had 2 in a row for him. I liked Cesaro coming to Shinsuke's aid. You know, they've given singles pushes or tried with Shinsuke and Cesaro. Is it time for them to be a tag team again? I think
Maybe.
so. I think so.
Speaking of tag teams, we had a 6-man tag match, which wasn't bad, but I didn't really care for. It's Big E and the Street Profits versus Apollo Crews, Otis, and Chad Gable.
The Alpha Academy. Yes.
These are really talented guys who are in feuds that don't make sense to me. Except for Apollo and Big E. The Street Profits and the Alpha Academy, meh.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe down the line. Maybe WWE's thinking into the future. Like maybe once Street Profits get their titles back, we'll have them go against Alpha Academy. But Chad Gable, isn't that guy underrated?
He's very underrated.
Like, the spot I loved was Montez Ford is outside the ring on the apron. Chad Gable's on the inside. Montez Ford comes to jump in. Gable catches him in midair, turns it into, a fisherman suplex? Trying to go for a pin. I mean, he kicked out of it, but wasn't that impressive?
Nice.
Yeah.
But Apollo Crews hits the angle slam on Big E, and is that his new finisher?
I believe so, yeah.
And gets the 1, 2, 3, gets the pin on Big E.
Clean.
Ooh.
Clean. Yeah. I mean, what do we get
All right.
after this? We have WrestleMania. That's going to be Big E and Apollo. But how many times have they fought for the Intercontinental Championship so far?
This is going to be the 4th time, I think.
Like, I thought it had been like 4 or 5 up until this point. So WrestleMania is going to be number, 5, 6? What?
5, I think.
What? I mean, at what point do you just hand the title to Apollo?
Now, all right. So the next segment confused me. Kevin Owens show. It was very confusing to me. Are we supposed to like Kevin Owens? Are we supposed to dislike Sami Zayn?
Oh, of course we're
Because
supposed to
what-
dislike Sami Zayn. We're supposed to love
what
Kevin Owens.
was doing, I was feeling bad for Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens was coming across as a bully. To me. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah.
But like he was like I was scared for Sami Zayn. I'm like Sami came out, apologized, tried to explain himself in this weird way. And then Kevin Owens is like, I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care about what you got going on. I want to fight you. Give me a yes or no answer. And got on his face. It made Kevin Owens seem like the bad guy.
Maybe they will switch. I mean, maybe they'll. Sami Zayn goes face, Kevin Owens goes heel. Again, our storyline's being rushed now because
Yes.
Fastlane's over? Yeah, I mean, you could have had a much better build up to KO and Sammy at WrestleMania. Either way, I'm looking forward to the match. They have great chemistry together. They work together. They've gone against each other. Having them go to WrestleMania against one another is going to be fun. I know Kevin Owens wants to get his spot jumping off the pirate ship, and I really hope he gets it this year because I want to see that.
All right, so then Bianca Belair versus Natalia. And there's a little bit of shenanigans when what's her name? Sasha Banks comes out because Bianca was in control the whole time. Tamina did do some interference, but Bianca kept control. And then Bianca got some turnabout is fair play. A good little slap on Sasha.
Yes. I mean, first,
Also,
it was nice to see that Bianca didn't take a distraction loss, right? That was good to see.
yeah, right. Also, Sasha, this is your casual wear. This is what you wear just to come on TV.
Yeah.
Seriously. All right, cool. I mean, you trying to get with the Seth Rollins dress game, I guess.
Respect the drip. Respect.
Respect it. But then Bianca gets back in, gets her, what's it called?
Kiss
Her
of
slam.
death.
The kiss of death on Natalia, gets her 1, 2, 3, but then she gets a backstabber for her for troubles.
Yep, she kept her back turned on Sasha too long.
As Bailey can tell you, you can't do that
Okay, I'm glad you brought her up.
because she ain't been in her.
Where is Bailey? We're what, at this point, we're 2 weeks out from WrestleMania, and Bailey doesn't have any storyline.
You want to know what's worse than that?
Where is?
You
Where
want
is
to know
she?
what's worse?
Maybe.
You know the last time we saw Bailey?
Bailey in the ring, was that Royal Rumble?
No. Well, no. The last time we saw her even on an episode.
Oh, that was, she did the Hello show, the Ding Dong show, or whatever it was.
Reading off what people like about her, and then someone said so. She had one that was bad, and she went behind the door and screamed, and that was it. We ain't seen Bailey since.
Man, they need to bring her back. I miss Bailey.
They should. And all right, so then Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Dolph Ziggler. I don't care. Gotta be honest with you.
I
can talk about it. I don't care. I don't care.
I get that Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio want a shot at the tag team titles. I get that. Maybe they'll get their opportunity. The spot I did like in this was when Rey Mysterio went to jump outside the ring at
Rude?
Dominic and Rude, yeah. And then what happened right before he jumped in? Dolph Ziggler comes in, hits him with a zigzag. Like, that was a pretty sweet spot. That was smooth. It wasn't like Rey was just sitting on the ropes waiting for Dolph to come over. Like, we knew it was planned. Like, that was out of nowhere. Great timing. So smooth. That was nice. Rey ended up winning this match. Could we see a tag team title match between the two of these? We could. Yeah. Not
So
much.
then we had the moment. So Adam Pearce has Edge.
The moment, and we need to go back to the very beginning of the show, right? We saved all of this for now. The beginning of the show started out with what? Daniel Bryan's doing a sit down in the middle of the ring. I'm bringing my steel chair. I'm going to sit here until you give me my title shot at WrestleMania. Right. Just sitting there. Edge comes out. Edge is saying, I don't like what you're doing. Daniel Bryan says something like, what was he saying? Like, I don't want to... hold on. I'm not going to let people main event WrestleMania who don't deserve it or who didn't earn it.
Ooh.
And I'm thinking, what do you mean didn't earn it? Roman Reigns has been champion for 6 to 7 months. All right, he's held that title. He's carried SmackDown for the most part. Edge just won the Royal Rumble, earned his
Coming in
shot.
number 2.
Won. He came
Oh,
in
no,
number
he came in number 1.
one. He went the
Coming in
distance,
number 1.
coast to coast. He won it. And I'm thinking, Edge deserves it. Edge earned it. And then, like, another question I have is, why is Edge so bothered by this? Edge is getting his championship shot, whether it's Roman, whether it's Daniel Bryan. He's getting it one way or another. Why is he being so bothered by Daniel Bryan trying to get into Roman Reigns' head? He's got his shots. I don't remember Edge's character ever telling us at any point that he wants to face Roman specifically for the title. I just know he wants the title.
I think it's a situation where Daniel Bryan is inserting himself in Edge's business. Regardless, Daniel Bryan does not have the championship. Roman Reigns does.
Mm-hmm. But Edge is going to fight for the title, whether it's Roman, whether it's Daniel Bryan. Doesn't matter who it is. Edge still has his title
so Daniel
shot.
Bryan would have won it. But he doesn't want to be in a triple threat where he could lose without getting pinned.
Well, the original idea that Daniel Bryan proposed was Edge and Roman on night 1, and then the winner faces Daniel Bryan on night 2. Or that was one of the original ideas. So in the beginning, it wasn't a triple threat match until the very end when Adam Pearce is like...
I mean, we all knew it was going to be a triple threat.
I knew it. I was calling it like, this could be a triple threat. This is going to be all 3 of them because they're doing so well together. You have to have all 3. So here we are at the end.
Since
Adam
we
Pearce
spilled the
comes
beans.
out. Yeah.
Because they did go out through the episode. This and that. Edge went to Roman. It was like, this guy here. You know, but I mean, they teased a little bit. Edge cracking up a little bit. They teased it from Fastlane. They teased it a little bit throughout the show. Then, yes, come to the end. Adam Pearce has all 3 in the ring. Says it's going to be a triple threat. Daniel Bryan is so happy with this. Both Edge and Roman are not. And then Roman. Well, no. Then Daniel Bryan and Edge start fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Then Roman goes after Daniel Bryan. And then he tells Jay, get the chairs. Come on, man. The chairs are only going to... Bad news. Bad news.
Because who got a hold of that chair?
Edge got a hold of the chair.
Edge got a hold of that chair. Yeah, I mean, it happens again. You got the chair in there. Time for a concerto. You know, Edge speared Roman. He hits them both with the chair.
But Roman got out dodged. Roman got out. And then Edge looked at Daniel Bryan. And now we're the ultimate opportunists again.
Yeah, I'm liking the idea of this Edge heel character because we loved that he won the Rumble, right? People were cheering for him, like, yes, we're so happy he won. And then now we've had this slight gradual
When is Edge
heel
at his
turn.
best?
What's
when is Edge at his best? Edge is at his best when he's a heel.
Yeah. There's only so much that I've come back from 7 years of retirement. There's only so much of that you can do before it starts to get stale. So what'd he do? He changed his character. And it
I love
started...
that he was hitting officials. He was hitting security with the chair. Edge lost his mind. Then just to put the salt in the wound for Daniel Bryan, he put the chair down in the middle of the ring and sat down.
He did. I mean, at this point, now I understand why Roman's upset. Now I understand why Edge is upset, because now Roman can lose his title if
Without getting pinned.
Edge pins, without him getting pinned, without him submitting. Daniel Bryan's the winner in all of this because now he has a shot, that he wouldn't have otherwise had. Now Edge has less of a chance. So now I get why Edge is mad, but in the beginning when he was proposing the one-on-ones and then Bryan takes on the winner, I'm like, why was Edge gonna go so upset? He's got his one-on-one shot if that's the case. Why?
But then he's got to do 2 matches also.
Yep, but I mean, look. I mean, Daniel Bryan's got a point because if you look in the past, how many times has Daniel Bryan been screwed over? And we can look as recently as Elimination Chamber, right? But he's trying to call out the double standard. It's okay to do this to me. WrestleMania 30, he did the match at the beginning against Triple H, and then he did the match at the end to win the championship. And then you have the Elimination Chamber, where he literally had to face Roman Reigns moments after winning the Elimination Chamber. He's trying to argue the double standard, which makes him the face, which creating the heel of Edge, creating the heel for Roman.
Yeah, I got you.
The question is, who's gonna win? And we're gonna answer this next week when we do our predictions. Who's gonna win that triple threat? That's gonna be fun. Because before, I wasn't predicting Roman to lose a title for a long time.
All right, but getting to the edge of time here for part 2. It's over an hour.
Man.
So, we got one more segment. Let's get into it. Top 5 devastating moves of this week. Give me your number 5, Sean.
Number 5, John Silver doing that running uppercut or shoulder tackle. I'm not quite sure which one it was, but it was the one that just knocked Darby Allin completely out of the ring.
I don't even know if he meant to do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know if he meant to, I mean, I think Darby just sold the hell out of that.
Which made it look all the better.
All right, number 4.
Number 4 is going to be Sheamus delivering white noise to Drew McIntyre through the table. That came at Fastlane.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it, but it's good. All right, number 3.
Number 3, AC Romero of Triple XL demolishing Trey Miguel.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna get up.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2.
Number 2, John Silver. I'm not even sure what you call it, but that move he did from the top turnbuckle. I think it's like an airplane spin bomb. Shoulder spins him into like a power bomb. That was pretty sweet.
John Silver's underrated.
Johnny Hungy, yes, underrated.
And then give me a number 1.
Now, number 1. Now, this is only number 1, not because it's the most devastating, but because I have literally been waiting weeks and months for this to occur, and it finally happened. It was the Sasha Banks slap on Bianca at Fastlane.
Hey,
that's devastating.
You'll have the video. The video will pop up. I'm not sure if she slapped the eyelash off of her, but the eyelash did come off.
You have to watch in slow-mo.
All right, so that's a wrap-up of the week. I know we got into a lot of stuff. We got 2 different episodes. Next week might be even bigger. So, we're going to come with you with that content, though. Anyways, I myself am Sean Usher. This is Sean Cummings. What's your words of wisdom for the week, Sean?
Don't turn your back on Sasha Banks.
Good one. Oh, mine, contrary to popular belief, ice cream and whiskey, not a good idea. Just saying. Bad things can happen.
Is that how you injured yourself?